Good morning, afternoon, evening, YouTube, whenever you are watching this. For me, it's the afternoon, it's 4 o'clock, it's the 23rd, it's Tuesday the 23rd of July, which is the start of my diet, and it is exactly 1 month until my surgery. So getting surgery on the 23rd of August. So I now have exactly 1 month, which is 4.5 weeks to diet before the surgery. Not because I need to diet for the surgery, just because I need to be quite a bit lighter ahead of prep next year. I weighed in at 152 pounds this morning. My last stage weight was 116 pounds. So we're talking about 35-ish pounds up from my stage weight, if I calculated that correctly. I did. So yeah, like I don't want to get much heavier and then have a lot of weight to pull off when I prep, essentially. Doubting myself about that 35 pounds now. 126, 136, 146. No, yeah. 35, give or take, pounds. I say give or take because 152 has actually been my heaviest weigh-in in a while. Like, I did go, as I said in the last video, to Leeds Pride on the weekend, which was obviously amazing, but I drank like my body weight in alcohol that day, and just like, I'm not even joking, foods that I wouldn't usually eat, but it was fun, like McDonald's and Five Guys, and just because that was what my friends were having, and I'm not a weirdo, so I joined in. And yeah, like basically my weight's up obviously from the weekend. I didn't weigh myself yesterday morning because I didn't particularly want to see like a completely pointless reading of like probably what would have been like super heavy. But it was down to 152 this morning from whatever it probably was on Monday morning, yesterday morning. Like realistically, I've been 150, 151 for most of this last couple of weeks. So my body weight only really trended up to like into the 150s last week. It was always like 149 until last Monday. So it went up by a pound overall last week. And then, yeah, so basically about 35 pounds up from my last stage weight. And that's still a lot of weight to pull off. Like if I was to continue gaining now, wait, I'm just gonna go and get some more almond milk. If I was to continue like just gaining all for the rest of the year, I would end up being like 40 plus pounds above my stage weight. Plus, I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable at the moment, to be honest with you. It's time to pull back anyway. And yeah, got 4.5 weeks to do it. I'll then have my surgery and I won't be able to do any kind of cardio or not really training. I could push it, but with how hot it is at the moment, I really can't afford to sweat because I cannot get the wound wet. So yeah, like showering's going to be hard enough as it is without me then sweating. So I won't be able to sort of continue dieting and do cardio or anything like that. So yeah, I'll just kind of push my food back up, and then I'll assess when I get the all clear from my surgeon whether I want to kind of do another couple of weeks just in a diet phase, because yeah, we'll just see where I'm at see how this next 4.5 weeks goes. You know, like I could easily pull off like 10 pounds if I just really push it. So that would bring my body weight back down to like, 140 and be like 25 pounds above stage weight. And then I'd have a runway from like sort of like September, October, November, December, and then most of January to sort of gain back 10 pounds, so like 2 pounds a month, which is very, very doable. And then I'd still have 35 pounds to pull off, but you see kind of my point. So yeah, maybe I will continue dieting a little bit more and get into the 130s. And also might as well like be potentially in better shape for my birthday at the end of September. So in a totally vain way, it's like if I stop dieting at the end of August, I'll still have like 4 or 5 weeks until my birthday. And if I'm just pushing food up that entire time, I'm like, not going to feel as amazing. And I want to feel amazing. Nothing wrong with that, You only turn 30 once. It's the big 3-0 for me. So I'll be having like a big party with like all my closest friends and stuff. And I want to wear something really like nice and feel nice. So yeah, because the original plan was to diet into my birthday and use my birthday as a little bit of an excuse, like whilst I'm dieting, that I've got something to sort of like finish the diet with, would be my birthday. But because of agreeing to have this surgery, I've now had to push this diet forward, because obviously if I like can't really be training or cardioing until the middle of September, you see my issue. And then like dieting beyond into October, past my birthday, not quite enjoying my birthday, or if I did enjoy my birthday, it would be like an interruption. And then, by the time I'd have wrapped up that diet would be like mid-October, back end of October, and then I'd only have November, December, and January to like push back up. So not perfect. Whereas this, for me anyway, in my head, this plan that I'm doing right now works better. And I can probably pull off quite a lot in 4.5 weeks because I'm going to go quite aggressive. So I've made the changes from this morning. I've dropped my calories. I basically dropped 100 grams of carbs off each day. So I'm now running about 2,200 calories, and it was about 2,600 to 700 before. And then I'm doing 5 lots of cardio at 30 minutes. So that's 150 minutes of cardio weekly, whereas I was doing 75 minutes before with 3 lots of 25. So tactically, I'm just adding 5 minutes onto the end of each session, as well as doing 5 sessions instead of 3, means that I've like doubled the amount of cardio I'm doing. I've also put Clen in from this morning as well, just because it's a short diet phase. I want to be able to crack on. And, you know, obviously, let's be honest, like adding in that sort of assistance will obviously push things along a little bit faster. So that's also why, yeah. And yeah, for now anyway, this is my post-workout meal. I have just trained upper, which went well. Feeling decently strong despite the fact that obviously, you know, I went pretty hard on Sunday with drinking and stuff. I am tired, but I just had a little bit of extra caffeine today as well, just to kind of preempt my session being a good one. And I did have a good session. I've got 80 grams of cereal here with my usual 36 grams of whey. I'm going to have 75 grams of mango. So I'm just going to need to defrost this a little bit as well first. This post-workout meal has gone from being 85 grams worth of carbs down to 60 now. So I've pulled 25 grams off my post-workout meal, but it's still the highest carb meal of the day. So 60 grams, all my other meals are like 30 or 40 now, giving me, I think the net carbs at that I've set myself are 225, and I've tracked in today, and it comes out at like 250 with all the, obviously, like the trace carbs coming from like what I'm eating. So that's the setup for now. I hope that all makes sense. I will update you in a little bit. Oh, YouTube, what a day. Wednesday now, day 2 of the diet, and I am absolutely shattered. Oh, I'm just going to open the door as well because it's boiling, man. Just pulled up to the gym, and yeah, I do not feel like being here. I made myself a little Pro Plus drink. Not something I'd typically buy, to be honest, just one of the free things I've been sent just from company on Instagram. Like, Pro Plus sent me this. It's 100 milligrams of caffeine. It's got B vitamins in. It does the job, you know. So if I just know I want a little top up of caffeine before I go and train, and it's a case of as well, like, it tastes nice and I can slot it into my cup holder while I'm driving to the gym, then kind of works out. So yeah, got this to keep me going today, but I'm mainly tired obviously due to the weekend and Leeds Pride, and just, yeah, pretty much partied as hard as I train. So I knew this week was going to be tough. Starting a diet, hungover when you're nearly 30 years old is not fun. It's not easy to recover from. And I'm also due my period as well. I'm pretty sure today's like day 28 of my cycle. I'm due on the 28th of the month, and it's the 24th now. So yeah, pre-period days. So I've got all the reasons to be fatigued and not particularly want to train. But on top of that, my legs are really inflamed. Like, they're really sore. My knees are really sore. I think that comes from wearing like high shoes all day on Sunday as well. So, and also just fully sending my leg session on Saturday, which I did debate because I was like, really, I'm starting to build up that training fatigue now. Like, should I be pushing this hard? But I did it anyway. And yeah, realistically this week I do need to devolume just a little bit. I've already agreed to train with like 2 clients next week, one on Wednesday and one on Sunday next week. I wouldn't usually train on a Sunday, but she is about 8 weeks out from a show, and she is based down south, and she's coming up to Birmingham, so we're meeting in the middle, and it's a great opportunity for an in-person check-in, so we might as well train. So yeah, training with clients twice next week. So I kind of need to be somewhat fresh / prepared to train next week, which would be week 6 of this current training block. So this being week 5 now, feeling pretty battered. I'm definitely going to devolume a little bit. So it's a full body session today. I am actually going to give adductors a go first and see how they feel. I'm going to skip the leg extensions because honestly it's just going to be dumb for my knees. And I'm going to try the Smith hip thrust as well, and then see how I go with the rest of the session. But I'm going to pull a couple of working sets here and there from my session as well, just based on how I'm feeling today. I've already had a pre-workout nap, got up super early so that I could get my cardio done before check-ins, because obviously, like, while I'm not dieting, I try and do cardio on non-check-in days, like the weekend and stuff. But now, because I've got cardio in 5 times a week, like, I have no choice but to get up earlier and get my cardio done before check-ins. So being up early, so I said to myself, I'll get up even though I'm shattered, I'll get through check-ins. I had about 20 to do this morning as opposed to the usual like 15, because there was at least 5 people that needed to check in today that wouldn't usually check in today, but they're just like coming towards the end of a prep and stuff, so they're checking in more frequently. So I had about 20 check-ins to do, which is a lot for me. And yeah, went back to bed after a little trip to Asda this morning. So yeah, I'm feeling very tired, but Pro Plus, gonna get it done. Gonna devolume, and that's also why one of the reasons why I'm coaching myself now, which I haven't explicitly said, but I have on my Instagram now. I haven't explicitly said it on YouTube, but you've probably gauged from the last few videos if you pay attention. But yeah, like, one of the reasons is just me being able to do this sort of thing, just auto-regulate as and when, rather than having to like run it past a coach. Like, I'm kind of at a point now where I just want to be able to just do what I want to do when I want to do it, without having to like discuss it with anyone or get permission almost, which is kind of what you do when you're coaching. You kind of need to run it past your coach and get them to like agree or suggest something else. And right now, with where I'm at, I just want to be able to just crack on and do what I want to do when I want to do it. And I genuinely feel like I'm going to progress more that way, because I'm just going to be able to get on with things and get on with decisions and things like that. And yeah, sometimes you just know your body better. And I know what I need to do, and I know that nothing that I do is because I don't want to try hard. It's the opposite, you know. It's because I care about my goals and I want to get there in the best, most productive way possible. So yeah, it just makes sense for me right now to just take control of my own like training and nutrition and everything else. And yeah, I'm loving it, to be fair. And yeah, adherence and all that kind of stuff is not something I struggle with at all. Like, my goals mean so much to me, and this lifestyle is so regimented to me now. It's so ingrained. I've been doing it for years, so I don't need accountability from a coach either. So yeah, just got to a point where I didn't need anything from a coach, and it didn't make sense to have one anymore. So I'm just doing my own thing for as long as I can. And yeah, like I say, I'm loving it right now. It's going really well, so that's that. And anyway, I'm gonna finish off drinking this now, and then get into the fucking gym and give it my all, despite how I'm feeling. Right then, ending it here, in the usual spot, in the office. Trained, it was fine. The devolume session took me an hour and a half instead of the usual 2 hours, so that was fantastic. Rest day tomorrow, sports massage tomorrow, keeping on top of recovery. I was 2.5 pounds down this morning, by the way, forgot to say, but yeah, responding straight off the bat. But equally, like, at least 1.5 of those pounds was probably just still coming off from Leeds Pride on Sunday. I'm not kidding myself, because like I say, I shouldn't have been 152 really. So, but I was 149.6 this morning, which is, I hadn't been 149 since like at least a week prior. So back down to a lower weight than I was in the last sort of consistent week before Leeds Pride. So we're good. Things should continue moving, I hope. And if they don't, I'll reassess and I'll make some changes. But yeah, plugged in my rest day food for tomorrow. It's about 2,050 calories. Why is that so hard to say? 2,050 calories tomorrow, which is fine. It's quite a bit less than what I was on, which is good, because we want things to move quickly, like I said. So gonna get this diet phase right underway and wrapped up as quickly as possible. And yeah, but it's all fine so far. Obviously, I'm not hungry or anything like that, because like, I've managed it well. I've swapped food sources, you know, straight away, like back to potatoes and all that lovely stuff that keeps you fuller than pasta and rice, etc. So I've made the necessary adjustments to foods straight out the gate, so not an issue on that front. Maybe I'll do another video soon on like a sort of full day of eating with where I'm at with the diet, and sort of show you hacks on like how to diet and manage hunger and stuff. Because if you continue eating high calorie, low volume foods, like, you're going to be hungry, whereas I opt for high volume, low calorie foods, and that is what helps. So yeah, maybe I'll do that as a future video. Obviously, if you have anything else that you want to see or you want me to cover off about this diet in general, let me know and I will cover it off. Other than that, all the usual links are in the description below. Coaching application, if you want to apply for coaching with myself, open to taking on new people at the moment, which is exciting. And please don't forget to like this video if you got this far. It really does help the channel grow. And subscribe if you happen to be new. That's everything. Apart from that, see you in the next one. Ciao for now.